Good afternoon, Arrest Team members. Sonny Lynch here. We're going to talk about the new holster and light that you're going to be receiving. I'd like to thank our leadership at Probation and Parole for providing us with this gear, much needed, and big upgrade with our holster. The addition of a weapon-mounted light that's going to make things a little bit safer for us out there when we're out performing our duties. Let's start out with the light. First of all, this weapon has been cleared. It is absolutely empty. The magazine's empty. I've cleared it, and anytime you do anything like this, you want to make sure that you clear your weapon and that it's safe. So the light itself. This light is a 300X Ultra Surefire light. Very good light. Highly recommended. You're going to receive it, and to put it on your weapon is going to be very simple. You've got these accessory rails on your Glock right here. You're going to take this light and slide it on. It's only going to slide on about a quarter of the way though, and then it'll stop. What you need to do is you have these fins out on either side of the light that are spring loaded, and when it stops as you're sliding it on, you'll pull down on the fins, and then the light will slide the rest of the way onto your Glock, release the fins, and it is locked onto your weapon. And that's how you put it on. To take it off, you simply, again, depress these fins, the light comes right off, and you can put it right back on. Okay, that's it. Let's talk a little bit about operating this light. You might be tempted to try and use your trigger finger to do that. I don't recommend that. In fact, I really forbid you from doing that. I would like you to use your thumb if at all possible. And the reason for that is this trigger finger already has a job. It's right in the name, trigger finger. It's for your trigger. And I don't want to have any type of confusion trying to operate this light switch. We're going to use our thumb for that. You know, we all operate, we have a same grip with our weapon here. We've got this bottom thumb. We're going to use that to turn the light on, and then you can either use your index finger of your bottom hand or your thumb to turn it off. The switch will go up or it'll go down. Either way, it'll turn the light on. But we'll use our thumb to do that, and that way we're not tempted to use our trigger finger on anything at all. And we'll just keep that with its own role. But that's how we'll turn the light on. That's how we'll turn the light off. This is not a flashlight, okay? Your flashlight that you have on your body armor or in your pocket, that's your flashlight you'll use for flashlight duties. This flashlight is only to be used for weapon duties. So we won't ever take our gun out and use it as a flashlight. I hate to have to say something like that out loud, but I just did and had to get it over with. So make sure that you only use your little flashlight on your vest for your everyday lighting chores. Let's have a look at this holster now. This holster is the Safariland 6360 model, ALS, which stands for Auto Locking System. This is the Raptor series, cool name. It accommodates the light here. Something you'll notice about it is it's a lot different than the holster that you've been carrying, okay? In my belief, that this is a safer holster. This is a triple retention holster. The features of it, it has this hood which blocks access to this spring-loaded strap that's going to go over your weapon. When you secure your weapon in the holster for handgun retention, if you'll wrap your fingers around the top of this and your thumb will go over the tang of your weapon, and that's about all you got to do. This particular holster will not let go of your weapon unless this hood is rotated forward. It will remain in the holster. So when we do use our rear gun hand security grip to secure this thing, it works really well with this holster, complements it, okay? When you put your weapon in the holster, if it's a little loose in there, they have a couple of tension screws on the holster that you can screw in and adjust so that your weapon is tighter in the holster. There's one on the front here, requires an Allen wrench. You just screw that in. Mine was a little loose when I got it, so I had to make some adjustment. And then you have another one that's located back here on the back of the weapon. These go up against wider plates inside of the holster that push against the weapon and make it fit more snug in the holster. So you may have to adjust those when you get your new holster. The draw on this holster is as follows. We would grip the weapon just like you would any other weapon when you're going to pull it out of the holster. Your thumb will activate this spring-loaded hood. It will rotate forward. As it does, then your thumb's going to be in very close proximity to this other retention feature, this little button right here. It must be rocked backwards to take the weapon out of the holster, okay? You don't push it down, you rock it backwards. And when you do, it'll let go of the weapon. If you don't rock it back, no weapon. But as soon as I rock it back, I can take the weapon out of the holster. So the whole draw process looks just like this. This can be done in rapid fashion, but it's going to require some practice from you. I would like you to complete 500 draws and reholsters with a safe weapon so that you can build muscle memory and become comfortable with this holster. I want you to do 100 of those before you take this out and use it on duty. It won't take you long to get 100 in, but I need you to get that done so that you'll have those under your belt when you go out into the world. And then continue every day, do 25 until you reach 500. When you get to 500, if you're still not comfortable, you still think you have more work to do another 500. It's not a problem at all. Do another 500 after that. I have no problem at all with you doing a lot of repetitions with your holster. You just need to make sure that you have a very safe weapon. Use a training gun. This light, if you have a training gun, will fit on your training gun Glock. It'll have accessory rails on it, and it will lock onto that also. If you have a training gun, that's the preferred thing to do with it. I used a real gun here today just to show you, how that's going to work out on your real Glock. So the process of getting used to a new holster is going to be on your shoulders. You're going to have to be the person that does that. You're going to have to do the reps. You're going to have to get used to the holster and how to use it. That's really about all I can tell you about this holster. Like any other holster, make sure you check it periodically. Make sure that these screws back here, will all require an Allen wrench, are nice and tight. This stuff does come loose over time. Make sure that that you check it to make sure that it doesn't have any stress fractures or cracks in it, which can occur from repeated, getting in and out of cars and things like that over the years. And when you do have stuff like that goes on, we'll get you a new holster. If it's unserviceable, then we'll absolutely want to make sure we replace that so that it's safe. That's all the information I have today for you about this holster. And if you have any questions about the holster or the light, anything at all, any aspect of it, as always, I'm available. Give me a call, or you can send me an email, whichever you would like, and I would be glad to talk to you about it. Thanks for listening. Have a safe day.